Wow, man, what a day I have had. Let me tell you all about it, in the only way that an Aussie gamer would. Right, so this morning I woke up and I decided I was going to make my very own StarCraft. I went into the garage to start and I asked my wife to pass me the ratchet and clank! She dropped it onto the floor and it broke into pieces. I didn't know what to do, so I went next door and asked my neighbour if I could borrow his power drill. He said, "I'll do one better and I'll help you build it because I have my very own StarCraft too." I said, "Geez, Larry, you're really going beyond the Call of Duty there, mate." So Larry and I walked back to my place and I said, "Mate, don't mind the mess, it's a bit of a battlefield in here." I plugged Larry's drill in and turned it on. The lights went out and the drill wouldn't work. The surge blew out my fuses and my day was starting out to be a bit of a mess. I asked Larry to stay with me while I fixed the power outage crisis because I didn't want to be alone in the dark. Well, anyway, long story short, we got everything sorted and back into the building, and when we were finished, the results were a far cry from what I would call a StarCraft. Well, I was pretty sure that this piece of junk wouldn't be able to transport me to any uncharted lands in any galaxy far, far away. It may not look like much, but I felt like this was my destiny. To fly into dead space and search for new life in the unknown. Hell, I was so keen that I'd settle for a Half-Life discovery. Well, I tried to take off, but I was overwhelmed with a sense of impending doom. So I called the launch off. Instead, I decided to make myself a cup of coffee and sit with my 2 sleeping dogs. My wife saw me and said, "Are you ever going to go to work or are you just a job simulator?" I said to her, "Get off my case, woman, just let me sit with Blood and Titan." Those are my 2 dogs. I said to my wife, "Why are you always putting me down?" And she replied, "Just cause." Larry came out to sit with me and said, "Wow, that's an old dog." I couldn't remember how old he was, so I asked my wife, "When was Blood born?" She said 1942, and I said, "Yeah, that was around the same time you were born, hey hun?" I quickly ran out the front door after that comment because I sure as hell wasn't sticking around for the fallout. I decided to go to my local pub and have a few beers and bust a move. When I was at the pub, I met a guy named Bo. He told me he was a dog minder. I was amazed that people would get paid all day to watch dogs. Seeing as though Bo was interested in dogs, I told him about the time that my dog climbed on top of my carport and jumped off. He asked me, "How far did Titan fall?" I told him I wasn't sure because I'm bad at maths and I'm hopeless with division. It started to get a bit rowdy in the pub after a drunk guy ran at us and tried to Rambo. Larry and I walked out of the pub after everyone else was kicked out, so I told the bouncer at the front door that we were the last of us, so he could close the door behind us. Heavy rain started pissing down, and I stepped in a puddle on the way home. It ruined my favourite shoes. You know, the ones with the dark soles? It was pouring so damn hard, I noticed Larry's clothes changing colour. I said, "The rain has wrecked your leisure suit, Larry." He wasn't impressed. Well, I'd had enough by the time I got home. Larry left and I gave up for the day. Time to relax. Play some video games or two. Cheers, talk to you next time. Hey Aussie gamers, and to everyone that loves video games and things alike, this is the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. Born and bred within the land of opportunity and slow overpriced internet. For news, reviews and video game related fun, keep listening along with your hosts, Lucas and Red. This is episode 176, and today is Thursday, the 6th of July, 2017. Welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. I am your host, Lucas, and here with me is my co-host and very good friend, Red. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks, Cobber. How are you?
Oh, fantastic, thank you. Do I sound a little bit more sexy? Gay?
Yes.
There could be multiple different reasons for both of those things, but I'm back to my desktop mic, man. I've been using the gaming headset for the last few weeks, which isn't too spectacular for the podcast, but it was better than what I had because the microphone was sitting on the desk and would pick up the fan and all that from the PC. Well, I fixed the PC, gave it some new heat paste, which is a little bit quieter, and now my microphone is suspended in air with a boom attachment to it, which is connected to the desk. So I should be sounding a little bit better with a better quality microphone coming at you through your speakers.
Yeah. I've got a $3 eBay fucking microphone here that my old man sent me with the best of intentions of supporting what he thinks I do. I really haven't been game enough to plug it in. Might blow my computer up.
You might be impressed. I think microphones these days go on a sliding scale. The cheaper they are, the better they are, because I was playing... how about we start the show before we get into this? I've got a story for you. How about that? We'll do that. Right.
Okay.
So before we start, here is this week's show in preview. First up, we'll do video game discussion, is where I'll continue that story.
If you survive the intro.
Then there's a trip to the doctor. Then we'll do video game news. And in this week's news, Sony is in hot water over a trailer. Assassin's Creed anime in the works. And Bungie noobifying Destiny 2's weapon rolls. Then we'll do user-created content. What's that sound? Remember when and last words. So, Red, we'll do video game discussion, but I'll just quickly finish my story. How about that?
Good.
Right. So, what I was saying, the microphones have got a sliding scale. The cheaper they are, the better they are, because I was in a chat party last night with Snoogans, and he said to me, because I was complaining about my really, really expensive $430 headphones having a really bad microphone. And he said to me, oh, I don't know, like you're sounding better tonight than you ever have. And I said, Snoogs, I'm wearing $7 headphones right now. I was using them again. If I this is how pathetic these headphones are that I normally use. If I'm going to live stream, I won't use them because the microphone is so poor that I've actually had people complaining, well, not necessarily complaining, more so pointing it out that I'm very muffled and they can't understand what I'm saying when I'm live streaming. So if I do a live stream from my console, I won't use my expensive headphones. I'll plug in the $7 headphones, which are beyond the quality of my expensive ones. How terrible is that?
Well, it's funny you should say that. Like, I'm not much of one. I like streaming. I love to stream and interact like that. I don't watch them too often, but one common denominator amongst a lot of streams that have watched while I sit there and have lunch or something, I'll sit there and watch it for 10, 15 minutes, is a lot of them use the fucking ones that come like with your phone, like in-ear buds, you know what I mean? Like, and these guys are sitting there on these fucking $1,000 chairs and the $2,000 computers and stuff like that with $5 headphones, if you will. Like,
they're surprisingly good quality, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I've burnt through. I've got two S7s in the house, and I've burnt through both sets of headphones because I wear them and use them every day. It wouldn't be a fucking surprise to see me wear them for 5-6 hours straight, doing my chores, ringing people, listening to music, unplugging them from there, plugging it into my controller. Right? They're cooked. They've had her. Or I'd be using them today, actually, because of an issue that you know that I've got. But, yeah.
Well, that's the one thing that I can complain about with Apple, because I know you guys are all Galaxies and Samsungs and Androids and all that sort of stuff, but I'm very much Apple-oriented. I like my Apple devices, but that's the one thing that continually comes back and pisses me off, is that their headphones, their earbuds, or the earpods, or whatever they want to call them, they are absolutely brilliant headphones. I love them. They sound fantastic. The microphones are great, but I can't use them with anything. Like, I can't use them with the PlayStation controller or the Xbox controller because the microphone polarity on the actual plug is back to front, so the microphone doesn't work properly. Like, you'll hear it, but it's all staticky and horrible. So I can only use Android ones or just standard microphones on it, which is really frustrating because I'd like to use the Apple ones because they're good. But because Apple in their stupid proprietary world change shit around, which sucks. But anyway, is what it is, I guess.
I love the Android OS. I know I come across as a Samsung fanboy, but I think it's the OS because I've got the new phone. You know, the new phone field. You have that on your. Are you with Telstra?
I'm not with Telstra, but we've got the same thing going on. Where
you understand the concept.
Yeah, 12 months after purchasing it, you can return your current phone in a decent quality and upgrade your phone for $100. Is it?
Exactly, 150. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really considering. Though the S8s are pretty big, like they're a little bit bigger, which would make our social media a lot easier to do. But that's still really hard on the phone because we're 12 months. Oh, well, I'm 11 and a half months into my contract with this phone, and I'm starting to cook the battery and the RAM. I'm sure of it. But I now have a tablet, so I do a little bit more work on my tablet, which is easing the workload on my phone. So maybe I don't need the bigger phone. I'm really considering the Sony Xperia that we tried at eBay Expo.
Okay, well, then you're doing remote play from your PS4 whilst doing poos.
Oh, wait, I can go hop in bed on nights like it's been the last few nights because it's been fucking pretty bitterly cold.
Yeah, and just get yourself one of those little connectors. Well, it might even come with the phone. I don't know. One of those little clamps that clamp onto your controller.
No, that'd be a day one fucking day one eBay purchase.
You'd have to get that. Absolutely have to get that.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a determining factor as well. You know what I mean? That'd be sick.
That would be good. I would actually really like that too. I'm too set in my ways, Red. Like, I mean, at least if you switch from the Samsung to the Xperia, you're still an Android, isn't it?
Oh, it's still 100% the same, if you know what I mean. It works 100% the same.
Yeah, because a Samsung is a Samsung. That's the phone. It's still running Android, which is what Google-based OS. So you're getting that across different brands of phones, whereas that's another thing with the iPhones. They're just on iPhones. Can't have it anywhere else.
I love Google Plus. I really do.
Fair enough. But anyway, we should talk about some video games now, I guess. Go ahead. Tell us what you've been doing for the last week, man.
Wow, old school. Don't know how much to spruce it up and put it into massive context on how enjoyable it's been, but I've been playing Battlefield 4 multiplayer again.
Yes, I did notice that, and I attempted to play it with you, but didn't have it downloaded.
No. What can I say? I shot people with automatic weapons on maps that I'm used to, so it was a good feeling. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, good.
Played that bit of that with Brendan Brown, and you attempted to download it in 12 minutes, which didn't work. So, which will bring me to my next game. We played some Rocket League.
We did play some Rocket League
at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and I was deplorable.
Yeah, well, we won 1 out of 37 games. That's something to put our hat on, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. But put it this way, though, Red. Think of it as a workout session. Your shoulders are really, really strong.
Yeah. Oh, like I exaggerate. We may have won 2, but that was fun. It was good fun. Whether it pisses us off or not, you still walk away feeling satisfied that you played a PlayStation game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I get the shits like the best of them playing the game, but. Yeah, there's a reason why I keep coming back to it, and the reason why I don't put it down when I'm pissed off is because I am enjoying it, but just like I'm frustrated with myself at how pathetic some of my attempts were. Because I would like to consider myself a half decent to decent player of Rocket League. Yeah, just recently, I don't know what it is. My attention has been really poor. What is it? Tell me.
You're on the cusp of being reliable. And now in Rocket League, reliable means able to save a goal going back with it, able to use ball cam, able to put in a fucking good center, able to get up off the ground and use your boost for anything other than just hitting Mark 3 on the ground. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not always reliable. I don't consider myself one of the best Rocket League players getting around, but I can hold my own. There's good, bad, and indifferent. You can have a bad game but still be reliable. And because you've done it now a lot of the time you've been consistently putting consistent efforts or results together, you know what I mean? And you're feeling that, yes, I'm contributing. Yes, I'm contributing. If the first game or two doesn't go your way, you get fucking, oh man, but I've passed that. I'm over that little hump. It all clicks. Even I fucking miss easy ones as well. And I'd like to consider myself dependable at Rocket League. Not good, bad, or indifferent, but I'm dependable. I can put a goal in, I can save a goal, and I can play teamwork. You can do all the same things as well. It's just that lately you've been putting better consistent efforts in, or you've been getting better consistent results. Your effort's always there. That sounded really bad. Your results are becoming more consistent, which is creating more enjoyability and more highlight plays, if you will, more to go yes about. That when you don't hit that yes moment in the first couple of games, it's like, no, what the fuck's happened to me? So you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. I think your consistent results over the last couple of weeks don't reflect how we started that fucking session at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
I was at the arse end of a 9-hour stream and my eyes were hanging out of my fucking... I was no good to back up. Sometimes you can have a fucking shit run for a minute and a half and miss everything, but if you got someone backing you up, it doesn't feel so bad. Yeah. I just think we were complimenting each other's misses very well by making each other feel better by missing the next one.
Yeah, and Lucas comes in at fucking 2:30 in the morning after a 9-hour stream and goes, "You're not going to bed without a game of Rocket League, are you?"
And we have about 20 of them.
Those words are just like a sentence to 2 hours of Rocket League. One more.
Yeah, one more.
But
yeah,
one
cool.
more.
It's now my warm-up game. I play it probably 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, depending what time I do tea. I do it probably 1 or 2 games to try and get in the mood. And then if I'm not in the mood, I'll put the controller down and I'll play guitar for half an hour and then try again. Next, remember I said I played Crossout and it felt like there was massive input lag, but then we can put it down to the end. It's better.
It's better?
Well, I am running 9 times my speed.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you've got like your better internet now.
Yeah, so it's better. It's the lag's still there, but it's not as prominent. If you know, it's not as breaking.
Yeah,
you couldn't play it. You know what I mean? So I can now, and it's okay. But the game modes are so short. You know,
okay.
It loads for as long as you play, and that doesn't really have long load times. So that's the only thing. I wish there was a bigger game mode, like where there was 10-minute deathmatch with respawns and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I've got to play it for another fucking 10 hours and get to level 10 to unlock the next fucking tier of shit. I don't know, but it's not going anywhere in the moment. So I'll be back and forth for that. I had my cousin over and we had a quick look at the Warriors, which was featured in the double PS Plus discount Rockstar edition.
Yeah, you said you bought that last week. Yep.
Yeah, we had a little crack at it because you've got the main campaign mode, or you can just take your favourite characters into the game and chuck them in an arena and just brawl, which is really cool. Did it translate well to PS4? No. Does it matter? No, because it's still a really, really cool game, and the really cool games managed to carry it.
What type of game is it?
Oh, semi-open world brawler, action RP. Wow, action. You'd call it a hack and slash without weapons. So you're like a gang, and there's rival gangs around, and you can loot cars and steal stuff, and have territory wars, and a bit of the narrative is centered around double crossery and snitching and shit like that. So it's you haven't seen the movie, have you?
No.
It's based on the movie, obviously. Everything's the same, all the characters are the same, and a lot of the dialogues are the same. So it's just rival street gangs from the 80s, over the top face paint, so kind of like your hooligans, you know, gang fights, without the knives and guns. So you can use weapons, but without the firearms.
Fair enough. Nice. Okay, cool.
We're dwindling down. I've done a whole lot of single things. For $30, my wife picked me up a game this week. Wow. And because You never get it for $30. I thought I was really happy. XCOM 2.
Oh, yes.
So I've played the first 2.5 hours of that. Everything I'd ever really watched on XCOM 2 was on a PC, and obviously those turn-based grid games translate very well with a mouse because it's able to be picked, and sometimes the sensitivity of the sticks can push the fucking marker too far, or it can just be frustrating. I'm here to report that this is they've got a sensitivity of the stick movement to a point where you can't overshoot by heaps. If you intend on going to this brick or this block or this cube, if you will, in the grid, you can get there without a lot of hassle, and everything else just works. Like, you use the R2 button and you make a selection of your available abilities given what sort of cover you're in and everything like that. So that translates perfectly fine to a controller. It's just the movement that I was worried about, and I'm here to put it to rest. Yeah, there's a little bit of flicking around every now and again trying to get the perfect spot when you're zoomed out and everything like that because of sensitivity. But by and large, you get to where you're going and where you want to go really, really quickly. It seems like there's always almost a magnet pull to the better places to get cover, if you know what I mean. Like, you get the cursor close and it'll kind of just latch onto there going, we think you want to go here for the 99 out of 100 obvious reasons to go here. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not going to put you one brick or one cube grid point off cover. You want to run from A to B and you want to be behind cover. So it kind of magnets pulls you to it, if you know what I mean. And that kind of takes it out of your hands in a sense, and you go, oh, hang on a minute, this does not feel natural. But it actually really does. It's like, thanks, game. You know what I mean? Yeah, thanks, game. And you can just flick it to the left and it'll actually take you to the other side of the cover instead of highlighting the cover and going, you can't move here. You know what I mean? So, yeah, really, really good. Permadeath for characters, which is fucking adds a little bit of buttholery to it, so you really got to concentrate on what you're doing. I've played a scamp amount of number one, enough to grasp the concept of what was going on and everything. This looks good, plays good. You have so it's underground guerrilla sort of warfare against the aliens, because they did take over and win number one. Spoiler alert, 10 years old, get over it. So you're part of an uprising and everything, and you're the same commander that you were out of number one, but because of some implant, which I won't emphasize on at all, you lose your memory, and then you're now heading up the rebellion of humans because you've been buttholed by the aliens, which is a quote from Angry Joe, because I did watch an Angry Joe review on XCOM 2 while having tea one night. Worth a watch. Funny fucker. Really good game. I think it's a strategist's wet dream. I really do. I've put, as I said, 3-4 levels in. I've lost 4 characters. I consistently lose a dude every game. I've renamed my characters and colored coordinated and everything. I've got red nuts, blue balls, soft sack, and someone. I keep losing the 4th one, but red nuts, blue balls, and soft sack. I keep them alive there. Each individual character levels up. You could, what skill tree does it resemble? Which one were we playing recently where you leveled up? You went to level 10, you picked up or down. Sniper Elite 4. Remember, you can pick 1 or 2 upgrades each level?
Yep.
Very similar to that. Oh, whoa. Exactly the same as that. You level up, say, your sniper, you can pick 1 of 2 upgrades. It's set in concrete to you. Unlike sniper, where you go back and change it for each level, you get to pick 1 of 2 upgrades. So you can maintain cover when everyone else is exposed, or you can use the line of sight of your furthermost ally. So, all right, yeah, cool. Sniper, I'll take the long sight. Bang, all right, take that. But whenever someone gets seen, it exposes your whole team. So even your sniper that's perched up like in 10 million amounts of cover, he's going to be seen. So there's pros and cons to every upgrade. The Grenadier, absolutely fantastic, blows the fuck out of shit, but is easily discombobulated, and he'll shoot off his grenade launcher in different directions, you know. So there's pros and cons to each class, and I find it really awesome. I think it's a cop out to go really sick, man, really cool, really awesome, but I've not experienced enough yet to be able to go 10 out of 10, but I've experienced enough to say that it translates very well across the console. I know it's an older game and there's probably lots and lots of reviews out there, but you haven't read them and you're listening to me, so fuck you. I think it's wicked. I think it's absolutely wicked. Um, oh, oh, guess what?
What?
Moving on from XCOM. XCOM's going to sound shit now. I've been playing Sonic on my phone.
Oh, me too. Me too.
How fucking good does it work?
Oh, yeah. It's okay. I mean, I don't like touchscreen controls in place of an actual controller, but it works good enough.
Either do I, because of the sensitivity and the bullshit. And you think a platformer would really emphasize how fucked that sort of control scheme is? It's very sensitive, works very well. The emulator, because it's an emulator, let's face it.
Yeah.
The emulator that they're using is pretty refined.
No,
I've used a lot of
yeah.
emulators and stuff in the past, but it's fucking sick. I'm up to the third one. I've beaten 2 bosses. I'm into it.
Yeah,
I got fucking Comic Zone. I got Altered Beast. I got Sonic 1 and 2. Oh, fucking, this is sick.
Kid Chameleon.
Kid Chameleon's on there too. I haven't downloaded that. Yeah.
Sonic CD, Sonic Boom.
Yeah, you can plug and play. Oh, Sonic Transform Racing Transform or whatever it is. Remember playing that on the PS3? I fucking love that shit. Apparently, you can plug and play a DualShock into a fucking Android, so I'm going to try that shit. I got a cord coming from eBay.
Yeah, nice.
fucking set that up on that tripod and fucking plug in my DualShock 4. Fuck the PS4 and the Xbone. Fuck you. I'm going to play my phone. I think it's rad. The music's sick. The graphics have got a little bit of a dust up and everything. It's fucking cool. I know I'm there trying to show Prue, and she goes, "Do you realise how old this game is?" I said, "Shut up, you realise how old your face is."
Yeah, I remember a few weeks ago, I think you were a bit annoyed that it was only on iOS, but it's on both now.
Yeah,
Android
it came out as a total surprise. Yeah, it came out of the blue and like fucking all over it.
Yeah, well, it's silly. It's silly to not release on Android, so it's good that it came eventually. It was only a few weeks behind.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably because Apple is so secure and stable that they probably just wanted to iron out any glitches, if there was any, with that before releasing it to the fucking jailbreakers of the world.
Lovely, yeah. But I played some Altered Beast mainly. That was cool.
Yeah, wicked. I'll get there. Oh, big Sonic fan from way back. Sonic was my first love.
Oh, Sonic was amazing. I remember when Sonic 2 came out with the loops and all that sort of shit and flying with tails. Oh, yeah, bring it on.
Sonic 2 was the first game I ever 100%ed, and by 100%ed I mean collected all the Emerald Stones.
Oh, did you? I never even finished them. I just loved playing them. It was funny. I remember going to my brother's house, and my brother lived with a couple of housemates, and the housemate was a bit loose, if you know what I mean. We'll leave it at that without further explanation. And he had a Sega Mega Drive, and he had Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And I said to him, "Oh, is this your game?" And he goes, "Yeah, pretty much." And I think I must have inquired. I must have been a little nosy little fucker as a kid. And I said, "What do you mean, like, pretty much?" And he goes, "Well, I rented it, but I've got it, and it's in my hand, so it's pretty much mine." And I think I must have stayed with my brother maybe for the week or something, maybe in school holidays. And I said to the housemate, I said, "When does this need to go back?" And he goes, "Who gives a fuck? I've got it. Like I said, it's mine." I'm like, this bloke dead set just kept the game. He just didn't take it back.
Yeah, someone close to me may have been guilty of that a couple of times. Not with that sort of attitude, just because they're forgetful and stuff.
Well, it's those kinds of people that when I go in there to rent something, they're like, "Sorry, it's out." Fuck.
What the fuck are you doing going trying to hire fucking Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive for, you dickhead?
When I was a kid.
Oh, well, my bad.
Not now.
Fuck, I would. I'd like, hand over the Mega Drive while you're at it, and then I wouldn't be returning that shit either.
You're in fucking Tasmania. They probably still do fucking rent fucking Mega Drive games. They don't have that stuff in stores here now. You have to go to a specialty store and pay like $90 for it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, no good.
Well, that's what it was back in the day.
Lovely. What else? Anything else, Rhett?
Last but not least, I put the first hour and a half into, hour, I beat Two-Face in Arkham City, the Return to Arkham remaster on PlayStation last night.
Nice.
So I'm gonna play that game. I've never played Arkham City, so I'm gonna get my Batman on over the next couple of days and 440 fucking combined collectibles. I thought the fucking latest Batman game was having a fucking laugh. This game's having a fucking laugh.
Oh, what about Red? I don't know if the trophy's still there. I think it might be in Asylum. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is Asylum. There is a trophy in there that you can only get on a particular day.
Oh, no, that's this one.
Which one? Oh,
that's
it's in
Arkham
City?
You've got to go see a dude in the prison. Yeah, the Calendar Man. And you've got to do it on legit days of the fucking year, and it's not just one. It's 12!
Yeah. Well, you can just change your system time and date if you're that keen.
Look, fuck that. That's not worth the trophy.
Yeah, that's a bit on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
Like, I get it. I dig it. And, like, there's a lot of... I haven't come across a lot, but I've come across a couple of games in the past that have time-affected trophies, like Pixel Junk Shooter. You got a trophy for playing at 11:11.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay. You get one chance a day to do that. You know, you don't have to wait 364 and a half days if you fucking miss Christmas. You know, oh wow, here's a PlayStation 4 for your Christmas and 18 games and 492 gig of updates worth of... Hang on. Hold your phone. Hold my beer. I've got to go play Batman. Fuck off.
Right.
You can stick your trophy right up your
Do you
day.
like it?
I love it. I fucking love the Batman games. Like, I played Arkham Asylum when it was really new. So that was really mind-blowing for me because that was a fucking great game back then, really. Even though they tried to do the open world aspect, like when you're out in the massive courtyards and the recess areas and whatnot, but it was really closed in compared to Arkham City. You know what I mean? You can fucking glide for a minute in Arkham City and literally have gone further than any sort of ground you cover in Asylum. So I loved Asylum, loved the shit out of it, played it, Riddler Trophy, the whole works. Before being a fucking trophy hunter or a completionist was ever part of the genetic makeup of me as a gamer now. This is, you can see definite, like, you know, I talk about the Ezio collection, how it's been remastered, and Ezio looks fantastic, but everyone else looks like a munted butthole.
Yeah.
The bad guys in here are generically fucking under remastered, but Two-Face looked brilliant. Catwoman fucking, because you control her for the first 30 seconds or 40 seconds. You have a little fucking scrap with her and Two-Face goons. So that was like, that was really, really cool. And then you take on Bruce Wayne walking through the prison and stuff. It just felt really nice. It, like, I don't have much of a comparison because I'd not played the exact game back on the PS3, but it felt like it belonged on the PS4. So I was really happy. And there's a lot of remasters getting around, but I'm happy to play a remaster of a game I've never fucking played before.
Yeah, well, that's my opinion of LA Noire coming, or if it is coming. I'm happy to play it because I never finished it.
Yeah, so that's Rockstar. I'd probably just play it anyway.
Yeah, probably. All right, well, that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying that. The Batman games are really good. So, lovely. Yes. Anything else?
That's me in a nutshell.
Do you want me to help you get out?
Yeah, this is, I'm in an incredibly large nutshell.
Oh, that's really strange. Anyway, all right, I'll tell you about my week. First up on my list, I had Rocket League. We've talked about that. I played, I was shit, I played, complained, finished up, went to bed with red eyes. The Surge, Red. Have I told you yet on the podcast that I finally finished it?
Did we talk about that? I don't know. Well, I'm privy to first-hand information. I don't know. I'm that sort of fucking bloke.
I don't. Yeah, well, that's it. I don't think I did. I think last week I was getting a little further. I told you that I found the shield, and you gave me advice saying you've got to go down to go up. While that advice made absolutely no fucking sense to me, for some reason I found out what I needed to do. What the issue was is I had gotten to this room, right, where there was two of those
spinneroonies.
No, not the spinner ones. It was the ones you had to overcharge.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they're called. Yeah, blobby weird things. There was two of them in this tiny little room. I saw that room and just noped out. Went, nope, I'm out of there. But what I didn't realise is what I had to do. And look, you know, whether you fight them or not, I didn't. I just fucking legged it through.
Oh, that's where you put the code in or not. Yes, I know what room you're talking about exactly now. Yeah.
I went through there and overcharged some shit and blah, blah, went through areas. Which unlocked basically the exact area that I needed to go to fight the last boss, and I finished the game. So I'd been there before, so I could have finished it weeks ago because I'd seen that room, but I ran away like a bitch because I'm like, whoa, I know those things are hard to fight, and there's fucking 2 of them right there, so that's not going to happen. But then I thought, look, I'm just going to try and go through there and just run. The first time I got killed. The second time I ran through and made it. Because the first time I ran through, hit the button for an elevator and had to wait for the elevator.
Yeah.
The second time I ran through, didn't have to press the button, just ran straight into the elevator. Happy days.
There. Yeah.
So anyway, and then I finished the last 3 goes it took me. I died, come back, beat the last boss.
Good respawn zone for the fucking final boss, though, isn't it?
Oh, thank you. Yes, it was. It was very good. Just upstairs, you just had to run stairs and downstairs and go into it. So you had the final boss, that big massive thing. Now, did you overcharge the thing to kill the boss or kill the first stage of the boss?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, if you don't do that, that's a trophy, I think.
No.
Oh, it's not?
I know what you're talking about, the upload the virus trophy.
Whatever it is.
That room with the 2 blobs in it?
Yeah.
That's where you do or don't put the virus in. If you've run past, you haven't uploaded the virus.
No, but is that overcharging the thing in there?
In the middle, yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's the one there. That's the one you're talking about for that trophy. That's it there. Right there.
You're 100% on that?
Oh, probably not, but that was my recollection of it.
See, because I thought it would have been a trophy for not using the overcharge at the last boss, because that finishes off the first stage of the boss. Whereas if you don't do that, you'll have to get his health all the way down. I think it becomes impossible to get yourself any further down. Oh, you might be right, man. You might be right, but I can't definitively argue that because I'm not sure, because I've only done it that once. I haven't tried any different ways, but
now everyone that's listening that doesn't know has to listen to next week, because we could Google it now and give you the answer, but we're not. You got to listen next week. Yeah. We will open the show with the answer with who was right and gets a bonus point for what that's down, because I'm behind and I'm really hoping I'm wrong.
But anyway, I finished the last boss. He was a lot easier than that Black Cerberus guy, but I managed.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, well, totally. I was expecting a third, sort of, the typical rule of three, a third iteration of the boss. Get the first one down, which is massive. Then a smaller guy comes out. He's partially invisible. I was expecting to knock him down and then have something else come out. For him to then return for like a last phase. But anyway, that was all there was. And old mate Warren, blah, 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 won't spoil it too much. The ending.
Pretty cool ending, though.
Look, I don't think I paid enough attention to it because it didn't really make a lot of sense to me. Because, like Dark Souls, these sort of games rely a lot on the story and the lore being told through recordings or things that you read or what have you, whereas I probably didn't pay enough attention to them. I got a general idea of what's going on, but not to the point where I'm like, whoa! Which is what makes me think. What makes me think I probably didn't understand or get a good grasp on it like you did. But anyway.
Which is weird, because you're more narrative-driven than I normally am.
Well, yeah, but it depends on how the narrative is portrayed. I'm a very visually based person. If it's not a cutscene, if it's an audio file, I generally don't. It doesn't sink in.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's more visual. So generally, with games with cutscenes, are what really gets it for me. That's how I sort of take in my information. But the gameplay to the game was so fun. I have kicked off a New Game Plus. And New Game Plus is sort of okay because I'm pretty OP, but every now and then it'll come and give you the finger, and the game will give you... the game fucking teabags you.
I've seen that. Yes, I did.
The AI knocked me the fuck out and like did it in
Quickly.
style, just fucking smashed me, and then teabagged my corpse, and then fucked off, run off before I respawned. I was talking to Rep Premier about that, and I want to get your opinion. Do you think that's a sneaky developer doing that, or just a bug? He bugged out and made him crouch and shit.
I want to say for the purity of the game that it was put in there.
Oh, Rep Premier had the opposite opinion, but I want to think that some sneaky developer's gone, you know what, in New Game Plus, let's make some of them randomly, like the reloads in Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah.
Let's do it like one chance in 1,000 that you get teabagged when you die. That would be awesome, and it's great if I've uncovered that, but I don't know. I just maybe I should tweet.
Reprimand is too literal, just for the fun of the fucking the game. You to fuck him.
Maybe I'll tweet it out. Maybe I'll tweet Deck 13 with the little video snippet and see if I can get any response from him. I'll do that. I'll do that after the show. We'll do that.
Yeah.
See
but turn it into a GIF. It might go viral.
Yeah, I will. I'll turn it into a GIF. All
Hashtag
right.
not Earl Grey.
So Surge was good. We'll move on to that. Also this week,
Right.
I was a guest on the Doug podcast, Down Under Gaming, which was really cool. Did you catch any of that, or you were aware of that?
No, I was aware of it, but I was in the midst of a 37-hour stream that you joined me later on.
That's right. That was that night, wasn't it? Yeah, so Stick Figure, Bad Seed and Max Power were lovely and had me on as a guest on their podcast, Xbox and Chill. It was episode 29, and you can search up Down Under Gaming on YouTube, which is where it is, or you check out the username is Stick Figure, with a couple of X's all over the place, which make it a little bit harder to search. But anyway, what they do is they bring on guests almost weekly, and Xbox and Chill, they play the Xbox games and chat along while they're doing it, which I found was a little bit tricky to do. Not that I would have been fantastic. We played Halo 5's Warzone multiplayer. It's kind of like the PvE sort of battleground thing. We played that. Not that I would have been fantastic when I was concentrating, but even worse, like I'm in-depth in conversation trying to play a game, which is really hard to do. But these guys have a blast doing it. I enjoyed being a guest on their show, and I thank them very much. But definitely check out Down Under Gaming. It's a podcast. It's they've got their Twitter feeds and all that sort of stuff. Check them out on Facebook as well. I very much recommend them. And go and check out episode 29 because I'm on there and I talk about stuff. And I talk about well-endowed things. There was a photo that went up of my Xbox One controller. Actually, I posted it to Aussie Gamers page, and I think it was Paul Clennett made a comment, are you compensating for something? Did you see that one?
No, I'm like hoping to find Doodle. It's funny you say Paul. He just sent me a message.
Oh, there you go.
With gay stuff. Fuck you, Paul.
Of course. But anyway, my Xbox controller looked like it had a massive schlong with the microphone that I had attached to it. And Paul said to me, yeah, are you compensating for something? And I zinged him with my reply.
It does too. It looks like a flashlight.
Yeah, you saw it? Yeah.
It's a flashlight, Doodle.
I replied back to it.
Is that a microphone?
It's a microphone, yeah.
That's legit awesome.
I replied back, yeah, compensating for the fact that I'm playing an Xbox One.
Yeah.
I thought that might be something you'd like.
Your voice is awfully muffled because you choked up in the stain and regret.
It's a directional mic. It's called the Video Mic Me from Rode, and it connects brilliantly to the Xbox One controller. Not so good to a PlayStation controller based on its design layout, but yeah, I was using that because it's actually a really good microphone.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I like it because they do. We record our podcast using PC, whereas they recorded it using the
Mixer.
Xbox One Party Chat and Mixer. Yeah, so a little bit different. And it was live streamed as well, so there was some input from people listening to the show via the live stream. It was a really good, fun time. I really enjoy that. If they'll have me back one day in the future, I'll go back and do it again. They're really cool.
Playing games or doing it is fucking wicked.
Oh, it's bit on. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But, I mean...
That's a wicked idea.
Yeah. Check it out, man. I don't know if Stick Figure...
I have every intention of it. I do.
Stick Figure, who is the guy whose stream you actually saw, although I can't bag him out because he did beat me, not much better than me. So it might be some interesting gameplay to see from him. But there you go. But they change the games every week. Every time they do it, they've done...
so they've only got 4 podcasts, or just a rotation of 4 games?
Just a rotation of the games. Oh, Red, I dare you to go and listen to episode 28. They had a guy on there called Hebot. He's an American bloke.
Yeah.
I quote, this is what he said on the show. There's just no games to play on the PlayStation.
Oh, fuck off, idiot. That statement is as original as having X's in your username. Why?
Hey, don't pick on them. No, they're cool guys. As much as I really did expect there to be sort of some friction between, because they're very...
You did say that to me.
Yeah, I expected there to be some friction because they are very Xbox oriented. But I've got to commend them. I really did appreciate their open view, because they knew that although I do have all of the consoles, they know that I'm PlayStation predominant. Okay, I'm not a fanboy, so to speak, whereas I don't intentionally mock any other platform because I don't think they're as good or anything like that, but I do prefer everything on my PlayStation 4. They were open about that. They didn't care. They had me on their show anyway, and they were very, very accommodating. They were great guys to play with. So even though there is that sort of console divide, Xbox players versus me, there wasn't anything like that. It was great. I had a really good time on it.
Yeah, but I'm a cock. I come across as a cock, like my last fucking statement. But still, I think there's room for that. You look, if you're not intentionally trying to hurt someone's feelings or belittle someone, there is so much room for just a little bit of controversy because it sells. Look, I speak before I think, and I think that, oh, here we go, that's a double entendre. I think that's one of my best attributes on this sort of platform, whether it be talking or live streaming or fucking shit like that. I just think the rawest fucking emotion and comments that you come out with are going to get the biggest buzz, and they do. As I just said, I pull the piss. I've got an Xbox. I've paid money for it. They've got my money, so I really can say whatever I want.
But yeah, so episode 29 of Xbox and Chill Down Under Gaming Podcast. Check it out. I poured my heart out in relation to the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro. I gave my undivided attention to that topic and said what I thought of it. So go and check it out if you want to hear me blasting Microsoft and Sony. But anyway, I'll move on.
Are you going to link it on the page?
It has been, I think. If it has been on the day, if not, I'll do it again. I'll have another look and put it up. But it'll definitely be on the Aussie Games Express page. We'll share that up there. Further to that, I've been playing Micro Machines World Series, which is a new Micro Machines game which has come out on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Have you had a look at any of those yet, or have you had a look at that yet?
Your streams.
Oh, yeah, you saw the streams, yeah. Now, look, you played, you had to have. You played Micro Machines on your Mega Drive, right?
Oh, back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, back in the 90s or whatever it was. Micro Machines was amazing. I loved it. It was top-down racing fun with throwing projectiles and blowing up and falling off tables, tabletop stuff, cool tilt shift, racing around on the breakfast table, out in the garden, in space, computer desks, all that sort of stuff, across rulers and notebooks and stuff like that. That's the kind of racer it is. Awesome game using Micro Machines, which were, from my youth as well. They were collectible tiny little cars, which were like Matchbox cars, but they were Micro Machines. Awesome. Loved it. Micro Machines has been, World Series has been brought into the new generation with spiffy new graphics, which look fantastic. The new environments look great. There's 12 new cars to choose from. And when you play single player, the AI have names, kind of like gamer tags or PSN IDs. They have their own, kind of like, Rocket League. How it gives them weird names.
Bandit.
Like Bandit the other night. But the thing is, it gives them the names of the original Micro Machines car drivers. Remember, like Ace and
yeah.
Oh, I can't remember myself. I don't have them written down, but I remember there was one Ace. There was Pedro.
So they resonated.
Yeah, they've given. That's a tiny little 1% that they've thrown in there that the original players will appreciate. The new people wouldn't notice, but yeah, people that have played the original ones would appreciate. It's really cool. There's a crippling issue with it though, which is really disappointing, and that's the online side of things. It's hit and miss. I'll spend a night trying to play it, and the online will be absolutely rubbish. You'll connect to a game in reasonable time, like a race, but then inside the race, as I drive off the start line, all the other cars don't move. In real life, they're actually moving, but I can't see the cars move. The cars stay at the start line. And then I'll get round to like a checkpoint, and the cars will be sitting there. So it's like they've morphed, but they're still not driving. They're now sitting there. I can collide with them. They can shoot me because they can see me, presumably. But I can't see them, so I can't attack them. I don't know where they actually are. While their cars are like dead body shells on the racetrack, that's not where they really are. It's weird to explain it that way. And that happened quite a few times when I was playing it with Snoogans when we did that live stream. And we essentially ended the live stream really early because it was broken as all shit and we weren't enjoying it. But then the following night I played it online on my own and I had really good connection. I played game after game after game after game without issue. It was really good. And I found that I was actually winning then because I could see where the other cars were, avoid them. You could pick up the attack attachments, which are from Nerf, mind you. You know Nerf?
Yes.
Like Nerf guns and stuff like that. That Nerf is part of Micro Machines World Series. They Nerf guns and attachments for your car, which is really cool. And I had a really good time with it. A couple of other shortcomings. While there is the prospect and ability to play like a single player race, there's no like championship or like single player racing campaign, so to speak. You can just do single races, which I think is an opportunity missed. I would have liked that to have. If the multiplayer isn't working, the online's not working properly, then I'll set it to the difficulty to something appropriate, and I'll do like a tournament.
A Mushroom Cup.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Something like that, but it doesn't have that. It does have like battle arenas that you can play with local multiplayer, which obviously works fine, or you can play them online as well. Further to that, there is like a level up system which will give you loot boxes, which is similar to Overwatch and Rocket League. The only thing is you don't need to purchase keys to open them like Rocket League, so you'll get them for every level up. You open them up and you'll get things like skins, taunts, tombstones, stuff like that. So
yeah,
but yeah, she's a good game. Just it's something that these smaller developed games always seem to struggle with. Either they don't put in online multiplayer, or the online multiplayer is broken and is really disappointing. But like I said, when it works, it's fantastic. When it doesn't, it sucks balls, even more so than you do on Sunday mornings when it's cold. You got any questions about Micro Machines, Red?
No, you covered it off pretty well, man.
I did fucking rattle off a big bunch of shit then, didn't I? It's all fresh in my mind because literally before we started the podcast, I just finished the review, which should be up on the aussiegamerstv.com website if you want to check it out in a little bit of detail, see the trailer and some screenshots. So there we go. That's well plugged. Last but not least, Red, one that you forgot to mention, Rainbow Six Siege. You and I played that.
Yeah?
Yeah, you and I played that the other night with Snoogans and Who else was there? There was another person. It wasn't fucking Nico, because he was too busy playing his stupid platinum shit, wasn't he?
Ben Lavelle? Ben Lovell?
No, I don't think. Was
Benny underscore DL 85? Yeah.
I can't picture the voice. Who?
He sounds like Bobcat.
I can't remember. I apologise. If you say it was Ben, then I guess that's right. Thanks for the games. That was good fun, and I played a lot better than I thought I would. That wasn't too bad. I got some kills. There was a couple of times where I got 2 or 3 in a match, and that's impressive out of 5. And good game. It is 5, isn't it, or is it 6?
5? No, you're right.
No, 5.
No.
Right the first time. Yeah. So yeah, that was good. Rainbow Six Siege. I hadn't played it in a very long time. It was good to come back to it. You live streamed it, I believe. And,
yes. I enjoy it.
I'm still stuck playing with Doc and Sledge.
You do what you're good at, mate.
I
only play an iteration of 2, really. I've got 2 attackers and 2 defenders I use.
I did mix it up a bit, actually. I use, what's his name? The guy with the thunk, 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 thunk.
Fuse,
yes. I did play a couple of games with Fuse. That was cool. And then you come up and give me the advice. You're like, put your little thingy on there and set it off. And I did that and got kills. That was really cool.
Yeah, because when I went to pick Fuse, it had a lock on it. I went, oh, someone stole it. I'm like, this is what I would have done. Come here. And they got kills. I went, oh, I would have got a kill.
And you're like, put it down on the little door there. And you're like, don't put it on my fucking charge, you dickhead.
On my charge, yeah, because I wanted to thump through and then I'd charge and jump in and just go, surprise. And it worked. You fucking cleared the path and killed someone and I was in.
Yeah, good game. We'll go back to that again. That is a good fun game to play. Also, last night, I did say Rainbow Six Siege was last, but I lied. I do that sometimes. I'm sorry. I can be a little bit of a liar. But I played Rainbow... No, it's not even a Rainbow...
Tom Clancy again.
Tom Clancy again, sorry. But I played 2 more Tom Clancy games. Bloody Ubisoft getting a bit of a go in. Last night, I played The Division with Snoogans. We were going to do a survival match, but we couldn't get in. So we went and did some not underground. We went and did some Dark Zone. We did that. We extracted a few things. Didn't really get anything too good. And then we went across to survival. And I struggled real bad in there. I didn't do very good. Snoogans did amazing to try and keep me alive. But in the end, I just got overcome by powerful NPCs in the Dark Zone, and we didn't make it to extraction. He's really keen to get me to extract. I really want to extract. I don't know if he's like on drugs or whatever, but he's really convinced that he's going to get me through. I don't know if I'm good enough to. I don't play it enough. I always forget. Like, you know, when you don't play a game for ages, you lose the specific tactics, and I can run around and shoot people. That's easy because it's the same with every game. But I've lost what it takes to be good at it because I don't play it enough. Yeah. He reckons he'll get me through. I'm not real convinced. But anyway, I'll try it again another time and maybe we'll get through. And then after that, we did put a little bit into Wildlands because I've got to do the collectibles. And I've got to say, I'm done with Wildlands. I've played it too much. I mean, I will probably go back and stick it out for the collectibles I've got to do, but just not excited for that game anymore.
No, I never was to start off with, unfortunately. Oh, well, I was, but then I started playing it, and then the typical day one Ubisoft problems reared their head big time, and I'm like, fucking really?
And what problems did you have?
Oh, just the connection issues and the fucking... I got to put a video up the other day of when I was playing with my cousin, and we were at this location, and he's swimming in the desert.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Swimming around. And I'm like, well, why?
Yeah, that sort of stuff does hurt it a bit.
And then, like, you play with one mate, and then there's 2 of you, and that's all well and good. You could have an AI each to keep that team balance and the consistency.
Yeah, that's silly how if one person joins you, all of your AI companions, they all go. I think there should always be 4 of you. So if there's 3 players, you get 1 AI.
Yeah.
2 players, 2 AIs. But anyway, that's what they decided to do.
Yeah, look, not a bad game. It was just me, and it's probably a time when we had heaps to play as well. So.
Oh, mate, I loved the game. I played it to excess. I've played it too much. I've had my fill.
Yeah.
And I've had a bit enough of it. But I do want to platinum it. So I will get the platinum one day. I think it deserves that. I enjoyed it that much. But, yeah, I think it's got to be shelved for a little bit longer. Anyway. Yeah. That's it. That is all that I've been playing, and I think it's time to move into video game news.
Yeah.
All right, Red, first up into the news, we've got Sony and hot water over a trailer.
Yes. So one of the biggest reveals at the EV Xbox press conference this year was Anthem.
The E3. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sony have gone and superimposed their button scheme over the in-game prompts and then re-uploaded the video on their official YouTube channel.
All right, now, this is a strange position I feel myself in, where I'm defending Sony against you, Red. Because what you got to be careful of is who and where this video came from. I've done a little...
Apparently it was an intern.
Well, I've done a little bit of research. Have you found out any further detail as to definitely where it's come from?
Oh, no.
Okay.
There's speculations that it was an intern that done it, and he tried to cover up a mistake because he lost an actual video file that was allocated to Sony.
Oh, okay. Look, there's a couple of things that I want to point out here. Now, first of all, let's just say, for example, the controls weren't superimposed. So, for those who don't know, the Anthem trailer from E3 was for the Xbox One X. There's little prompts down the bottom that say RB, LB, their Xbox control layout on screen. And on Sony's YouTube channel, there was that video. However, they've superimposed L1, R1, and all that sort of stuff, which are PlayStation controls. Now, take away from them the fact that they're superimposed. Let's say that the video was fine. It actually was PlayStation controls. Did people not realize that it was the exact same fucking gameplay that happened for the Xbox One? Like, it's pretty distinct what occurs.
Yeah.
Does that not give it away before something silly and microscopic like that? But something else that I want to point out, Red, you were with Aussie Gamers for 3 years or whatever it was. When we get, say, gameplay footage for a game from Ubisoft, where does they send us the assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we go to the Ubisoft media website that we have access to, the portal, and we grab it from there. Even though I've kind of given the answer, where is that coming from?
The source, Ubisoft.
It's coming from Ubisoft. This is not an Xbox game. This is not a Microsoft game. Anthem is not a Microsoft game. Anthem is not a Sony game.
No.
Anthem is a game that comes from BioWare, which is published by EA, where you would get the assets from EA, or they would send them to us. So what I'm suggesting is that it's very possible that EA, or, well, probably not BioWare, EA have provided this video to Sony themselves. So I don't know, either EA have done it, or maybe Sony did do it after they received it. But if they're not being given the right assets from EA, what are they to do? They can't really put it up with Xbox controls because that is advertising the opposition. Now, to address also another thing, is it dishonest in saying this is PlayStation gameplay when it supposedly was actually real-time Xbox One X footage? Another thing that I don't know if I should believe, is it really Xbox One X footage? Or is it a high-powered PC? Or is it even a finished product? Will it look like that on any of the consoles? Who fucking knows?
You'd think if PlayStation was sent the wrong video, they would have proof watched it first.
Yeah, but have you watched the footage?
The Xbox one? No.
The
Rather,
one
the PlayStation one, sorry.
The doctored
No.
one. I've watched
I've seen
it.
screenshots of it.
I've watched it. If you watch it in real time, you will not notice.
Nah.
The only time, because I watched it myself, if it's slowed down frame by frame, you notice a fade in over the top of the Xbox controllers. If you just watch it, so presumably if it was proof viewed, you're not going to notice it. You wouldn't, and the naked eye will not see that without enhancements and slowdowns. So whoever did find it was looking for it, was looking for something, because it was probably obvious that it was the exact same footage because the exact same things happen. So there you go. But nevertheless, a mistake for PlayStation for that to happen. But mind you, this would happen a lot, I would say. This is just one occasion where it's been found.
It's not surprising that people are going over Anthem trailers with a fine-tooth comb because they want details. This is going to be massive. This game.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, look, I don't know. I'm still a little bit wary as to whether the game will look like that and play like that on final release. Because, I mean, Xbox fans can say, oh, but that's because it's the Xbox One X. It's got 6 plus teraflops of fucking whatever floppy flop shit is. But we've seen it before. We've seen it many a times where a game comes out and looks high fidelity, and then all of a sudden they release Watch Dogs.
Correct.
So let's not be thinking that there's anything in this, because who knows? It might not come out looking like that on any platform, let alone promising that's the Xbox One X version. Who knows?
Dev kit at best.
Oh, well, that's exactly what it would be. Mind you, the dev kits usually have more RAM and more power.
Of course. And a better cooling system, and it's a glorified computer.
Yeah, it is, basically. Especially if it's an Xbox, because it does run Windows. But anyway. Kind of hijacked your news item then. Did you have anything else to say about it?
Fucked.
Yeah. It is an oops moment. I agree.
Yeah.
Silly. But there are a lot of things to consider.
Absolutely.
Next up in the news, Red, Assassin's Creed anime in the works.
Oi! As a little fucking side note, Castlevania, that's like going to debut like tomorrow on Netflix. Booyah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at that.
The man behind the upcoming Castlevania anime is working with Ubisoft on an Assassin's Creed anime series. So his name is Adi Shankar. I know he's listening, so I'm sorry. He's known for his work on Dredd, so the new Judge Dredd, Machine Gun Preacher with Gerard Butler, and The Grey. And The Grey, that was, I have a certain set of skills and I'm going to use them. Liam Neeson. Yes. He's announced the upcoming series on Facebook. And he said, I played the first edition of Assassin's Creed the year I moved to LA to pursue my dreams. And at that moment, I knew absolutely no one in the industry could never, I knew absolutely no one in the industry, and never have imagined that one day Ubisoft would ask me to take the world of Assassin's Creed and create an original story set in an anime series. The show, so as I said, Castlevania coming out tomorrow, so he's working on that strong. He's producing that also, and there's a couple of big names, if you're in the pop culture scene, that are going to star in Castlevania, like Richard Armitage, who was a dwarf in The Hobbit. So get around that. Battlestar Galactica and Supernatural actors. So, yes, what do you think of, I reckon Assassin's Creed will translate to an anime better than the big screen, personally.
Yeah, I think so. I'll definitely watch it. That sounds awesome.
Fuck yes, I love anime.
I'll check this Castlevania one out too.
Oh, I can't wait. I hopefully it is tomorrow here in Australia as well as the States. So I know it's coming this month. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking to do some extra coverage of that actually. So yes, watch this space.
Wonderful. All right, next up in the news, Red, Bungie noobifying Destiny 2's weapon rolls. What's that about?
That's my headline too. So people probably won't think it's noobifying. Some people are happy about it. I've read the comments here and there on social media. But in Destiny 2, all the weapons we'll say for the sake of an argument, the Hawk Moon.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the Hawk Moon in Destiny 2, every Hawk Moon will be exactly the same. There will be no random rolls of damage amplifiers, secondary abilities, or anything like that. Therefore, removing a good portion of the grind. Some people are happy about this. Some people aren't so happy about this. If I was to have an opinion, I'd say, fuck you, Bungie. Stop making it more accessible to noobs to complain about not having enough hours in a day. Yes.
But do we know, can you re-roll?
No. Every weapon is going to be the same. Full stop.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bit shit.
Yeah, it is a bit shit. I understand it for PvE. There is no advantage or disadvantage to having the better or best guns. Well, there is a little bit when you become super high-end end-game content, like your Nightfalls and stuff like that, specific in there and whatnot. But the big difference is too, like the Crucibles. I think the Iron Banner is where you have all your gear scores taken into consideration, everything like that. If you've played Destiny 1 and you've ground, you've put in time for the grind, say 50, 100 hours just for one weapon. You've redone this one thing and got 4 or 5 drops, and then you finally get the one you wanted, and then you get the distinct advantage in a Crucible or a one-off 50-50 gunfight, and that little roll that you've been working so hard for on your gun procs, and you win it. You go, that was fucking worth it.
Yeah, that's where it should be taken into consideration. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
That can justify that 100 hours you spent doing the same thing. You'll have another situation there. People go, you're grinding 100 hours and doing the same thing. There's no story, rah, rah, rah. I'm one of them for a piss take, but I'm also the one that'll put in the 100 hours for a grind as well. You know what I mean?
But see,
I'll take the piss out of the concept, but I'll still partake because I want to be the fucking best.
But there's no reason for it because, like, let's say we get a roll, and I'm just going to fudge some stats here. I get a Hawk Moon, and mine does 100 damage. You get a Hawk Moon, it does 150 damage. We then go into the Crucible and do a normal PvP, and now both of our Hawk Moons do 100 damage. What's wrong with that?
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing.
And then if we go into an Iron Banner, I've got 100, you've got 150. But that means I've got to grind out harder because if I want to participate in the Iron Banner, which is a premium PvP. Yeah,
it's an aspect of the game that you have to specialise in.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it either, Red. I'm on your side. I think it's shit.
Wow, thanks, man.
I'm not even big in that area, but I agree. I agree with you.
It's removed that. Like, everyone complains about RNG, but they're the first to sit back and go, fucking wicked, got the black splinter with fucking, whatever it is, the firefly. You shoot them in the head. If you get a kill shot with a headshot, you create an area of effect explosion that damages and burns nearby enemies.
Yeah.
That was a wicked thing to get on that gun. That's a wicked thing because you can only get it on certain guns, but you can only get it on certain rolls, and the certain rolls only come from certain strikes. Let's chug them out. Let's fucking have a go. You get experience along the way. You get fucking glimmer and your fucking souls or whatever they fucking were. You get all your currencies and everything for your experience progression. So it's not a complete waste. I think this is just fucking dumb. So now I think they're now going to be under the pump to add 30, 40 more different weapons. You know what I mean? And variants. You watch, variants will come out, but the variants will still have set stats. And I just really, really hope that they don't come from, like, Advanced Warfare fucking loot crates, if you know what I mean? The variants of these weapons. This is a very, very tentative area, I think.
Bungie need to listen to the audience. They need to listen to their fans because they need to make Destiny 2 a hit. Because Destiny 1, it fell through the ground. I mean,
for all the shortcomings, it still managed a massive player base. They've got a launching pad here.
Yeah, so Bungie, good luck to them. Hopefully they have everything sorted out. I mean, these kind of things that we're talking about, although annoy me, probably won't affect me too often, or too much, I should say, because I don't really look too deep into it. I'll just grind and play and, you know, do the fun stuff in it. But anyway, good luck to them. How about we move on to the next segment, Red?
Yes.
What is it? You remember?
User-created content.
Bam!
Bam! Jesus Christ, you just got the best of me. Then I had a feeling in my loins I haven't had for years.
Well, just before we kick into this, Red, I think last week, now look, I haven't done full research on this, but just from memory, I'm pretty sure at the start of the show you promised that you were going to give us a BAM when I wasn't expecting it. I don't think it ever came.
Oh, isn't it?
No. You need to apologise. People promising people these things. You've got to follow through.
Fucking Jesus, that Red, unreliable, not even funny. Why are you even here?
Yeah, fucking glad I sacked you. All right, user-created content. We've got one of our usuals, good lad, Adam Ryle. He's given us some content here. Good one, this one. Pro Twitch streamers. You know, the ones with thousands of subscribers that pay monthly to get nothing? To watch someone play a game they could and probably should instead of like be playing it themselves. I just can't wrap my head around how much support, money especially, these people get. I don't know, am I missing something here? What's your thoughts? Adam, I'm in the same ballpark as you. I don't fully understand it. I know people can get really like passionate about things and just want to throw money at them. I mean, that's how microtransactions work, because I play games and if I get really excited about it and love the game, I may pay for little microtransactions because I'm enjoying it so much. I don't fucking need to. I can keep playing it without that, but I do anyway. I guess that might be the same principle here. But yeah, Rep Premier, he live streams and he gets donations. I don't know. I'd like to ask these people, do you donate to good causes as well as people just playing video games that live stream? Can you give your insight, Red?
Absolutely. We pay to watch live sport here in Australia.
Yes.
A lot more than we pay. A basic subscription to a YouTuber is $2.95 a month, and that opens up a few extra avenues rather than the fact you're just throwing money at them. You will stand out in the chat of 1,000. You will also, it can be like a Patreon thing. You can have access to a Discord. Big things like your Destiny and stuff like that. Like I'm going to trial it this year. Subscribers and followers, you will help through weekly nightfalls and stuff like this. You're normally pretty much followed because you are an expert in your field. And if you're an expert in your field and someone's paying to watch it, means they're very passionate about the game. So you're going to get lots of Destiny, lots of Call of Duty, lots of CSGOs. And there is thousands of people, and I know you've seen it, and I've seen it. Sometimes the chats just go fucking spastic. We were talking about streaming together the other night. I said, I'm actually preferring streaming for 10 people, 10 people in a thing. Once you get up above, there's a threshold there where Pat put it perfectly, and I think you may have mirrored his comment as well, where they'll just talk amongst themselves. Yes. And I think that's when you lose it, if you know what I mean. I like to engage with the people that come and watch. I like to feed off their personality, and I like to be a bit of a jackass and a bit of a wanker. And I think the explosiveness of my disregard for everything PC kind of what keeps most of mine around, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So is the $2.95 is a subscription the money they make? Like, you get on there. We heard news stories. We've covered it. As you said, been around the traps now for 3.5, 4 years, coming up 4 years, and we've covered news items where there's the Saudi Arabian oil tycoon's son started throwing $5,000 at random streamers, making their day. That's a flash in the pan. That's a one-off and really making a difference to these people's lives, hence why it makes the news. But there's a new thing now with Twitch, which is called the affiliation, or you become affiliated.
Yes.
That's 50. You got to do, I think, about 4 steps in order to be considered. You're not just granted it straight away. And people can say you're playing a game of Call of Duty, and you get the final kill cam. People can now applaud you or high five you and just chuck 5 cents in your tip cup. You know what I mean? That's it. And how many times you walk past a busker and gone, fucking, he's playing a really awesome fucking cover of Heart Shaped Box. That resonates with me because I remembered fucking listening to that 10 years ago. Here's $2, cobber.
Yeah.
These guys are virtual buskers. And the real good buskers, they make it big. They actually become stars. They go on fucking Australia's Got Talent and come third, but make more money on YouTube. You know what I mean? That's what we're virtual buskers when we're doing YouTube, because you're putting yourself out there. You're doing what you believe you not only passionate about, but you believe you're semi-decent at what you're doing, i.e. the game you're playing. And there's people out there they're on a level that will recognize that. So, the thousands of dollars that are donated, I don't understand them, but the subscription-based and the 5 cent, 10 cent high fives, I believe, have a place. Yeah, big time.
Well, look, that you've put that really well. You've opened up my eyes as well. Standing on the outside looking in, it would appear that they're giving away money for nothing, but it's not the case. You're right. Virtual buskers is probably the most brilliant way of explaining what Twitchers are doing, Twitch streamers are doing. I think I don't think there will be any other way that I'll refer to them now. I think that's fantastic. Well done, Red. All right.
Thank fuck. Well, how'd it go? Yeah, that thing sacked you or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It may not have been. It may have rhymed. It's that's why I want to. No, I mean, we won't go there. Nah.
No, that's all right. I'm still glad I sacked you, cock. Paul David Clennett said, what gaming failure disappointed you the most? For me, it was either the Dreamcast or the Vita, both amazing tech that flopped. Russell Biggerstaff sort of chimed in on the same comment and said, interesting topic. I agree. Dreamcast was ahead of its time, and I wonder what gaming would be like today if Sega launched the Dreamcast with a more complete online gaming. I don't think it will, but here's to hoping that VR doesn't go the way of Dreamcast or PlayStation Vita. So what's yours, Red? Can you think of one?
I've got a bit of a list.
Oh, really? Go.
Yeah, I don't have a biggest one. But I got failures that I perceive to be pretty poo.
Mm.
Here we go. Pay to win.
Yes.
Rambo. Season passes for every game.
Yep.
HD DVD was a failure.
It was a big failure. Yep.
It's a little sum for you. Today's generation plus internet equals shit-ass hype, No Man's Sky variety.
Yeah.
That's a big failure, and it's not the developers that failed. It was everybody else, and they failed themselves and then reflected their own disappointments on these guys. And I don't know how 90% of those dudes over is Hello Games. Kept their heads out of nooses. And I'm not saying this as a satirical joke. This is not something I'm laughing about. This is fucking legit hate that they received. I don't know how you get through that. And last but not least, Half-Life 3.
Yes, that is a failure in itself. The fact that it doesn't exist yet. Yep. I don't even played the first two, so I don't really care. But it resonates around the internet. They want They want a 3. Oh well. For me, I echo what Paul's saying. The Vita. The Vita is a massive disappointment for me. I bought the Vita on the hype of the PlayStation 4 when they announced it. They were talking about how they would integrate a lot of things to do with the Vita, and basically the only thing that did was the remote play, which isn't isn't even close to being a fun way to play a PlayStation 4 game based on the different layout. So big disappointment. They never release any first party games that I want to buy on there. If they release Crash Bandicoot, the new one on the Vita, it's something I'd probably get on the Vita. But there's only really strange old Japanese games, or not strange old and Japanese games that are released on the Vita these days.
Oh, it's a JRPG indie machine, mate.
That's all it is, mate. That's all it is. Disappointing. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Last bit of user-created content from George Schneider. Did you end up potting the blue chick on Mass Effect Andromeda? You fucking bet your life I did. I made her my bitch.
PB.
Yeah, PB. Yeah, there was no cutscene for it. You didn't really see any nudity or any bump, 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 down. The fuck, it was going on in my head. And then I went quickly and Googled PB Rule 43.
Rule 43?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
You haven't heard of Rule 43?
No.
I hope I'm saying it right. Let me just double check. I'm just going to do
it. Just because I haven't heard of it doesn't mean it's not a thing.
43.
Hygiene, toothpaste, these things don't exist.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I am saying it right. Rule 43. Basically, if something exists, there is a porn version of it.
Oh, okay. Rant.
Yeah, so if you like Pokemon, there will be a porn version somewhere of Pokemon with fucking Ash.
There is.
I've
seen it. I mean, I've seen it on
yeah.
Facebook.
Another one. If you like My Little Pony, there's very likely a porn version of that. Oh. Star Wars, microphones, TVs, angels, fucking whatever.
The Bear Wench Project.
You name it, there is a porn version of it. So I went and looked for PB porn. I'm not going to mention what I found.
Yeah, you'd be able to get some pre-done stuff. They would have made one about avatars.
Oh, yeah, probably. I'm looking up
PB you're double checking it.
But yes, nailed her. Absolutely nailed her. Did you nailed her, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I considered nailing blokes for the trophy, and they went silly red. I played 8 times to get 3 relationships. Sorry, I'm all for everyone's happiness, but yeah, my virtual doo-doo's not going near any wee. So
fair enough. All right, so there you go. Hopefully, Adam, Paul, and George, we answer your questions there. Thank you very much for your user-created content stuff there. Let's go into What's That Sound?
Oh, yes.
All right, Red, last week, Snoogan said he was listening to the podcast back and had a bit of a chuckle at the What's That Sound segment that was beep, 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 beep.
We were right.
We were right, dude. Yeah, we were right.
I did check that, actually.
You were right. The game, well, I'll play the sound first and then we'll clear it up.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
All right, that drags on a bit. This all over the shop, but you were right. That was from Bloodborne, and I suggested that it was Father Gascoigne, first or second. I think second boss, isn't Father Gascoigne?
Wow, depends what order you do it in.
Well, that's right, because I managed to muff the order up a bit too, and I was getting advice to beat one boss, and I was fighting a completely different one.
You were? I remember that!
Yeah.
No, dodge? How the fuck do you dodge that? Easy! No, it's not! Yes, it is! Hang on a second, which one are you doing? Oh, what are you talking about?
I was getting advice on how to beat the guy up on the bridge, the wolf thing, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not the wolf thing. It was a big thing with curly hair.
Yeah.
But I wasn't fighting him. I was fighting something else. Because I
probably Gascoigne around that area.
It might have been Gascoigne that I was fighting, yeah, and I just got really bad advice. Not that I was getting bad advice, but I'd confused the advice giver, which was probably you and Weeksy or something like that, and Reprimir. But they were giving me advice for a different boss thanks to my fuck up. But anyway, that was
wouldn't have been Nick because he hypes up a game and plays it for 12 minutes.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
you.
No, definitely not Nick. Now, Red, we need to work this out. You said Bloodborne. I clarified the character. Is you alone with a point there? Is that?
No, it's what's that sound, not guess the game.
Ooh. But I want to give you one too. I think, not that it'll make any difference to our standing.
I get a fucking point.
All right, we'll all get points there. Well done.
Yeah.
I think someone got the point right. I'm always bad at remembering to check if somebody did get it right. It was Zachary Courtney got it right. It says, "What's that sound?" I think it's Bloodborne. Yes, it is Bloodborne, right. And he got himself a free copy of Steam World Heist.
Great game.
Yeah, good game. Real good game. Enjoy that, Zachary Courtney. Well done. I don't think anybody else got it right. Let me quickly look to see. I think some other people tried. Resident Evil, I think Brendan Brownie Brown picked.
Really? I hope so. Because he's like the From Software fucking guru.
Maybe that was from another week. I'm sorry, Brownie, if I'm getting that wrong.
Doesn't matter. I'm still going to smash him with it.
All right. So you ready to hear this week's What's That Sound, Red?
Give it to me, baby.
Okay. It's titled Bish Bash Bosh. Once again, don't know if it's got anything to do with the sound, but let's find out. Ooh.
I kept losing it halfway through.
Okay, I'll play it again.
Oh. Oh, am I allowed to guess two?
Yeah, but hold your horses. I'm going to have another listen. 1 second. I do know the game, but I can't think of it. You go.
The shimmer at the end sounds like Neo.
Okay.
The key pulse. And for a second guess, I'm going to say... fucking which one? There's two of them. We'll go with Tekken 7.
Oh, let me listen to it again now that you've told me that.
So I've got the power bar filling up at the bottom.
I think you're right. Yeah. I had nothing, so I'm not even going to suggest, but I think you might be right. But if anybody listening at home, if you think you know what this week's What's That Sound is, drop us a line, send us a message to our Facebook page, and if you're correct, just like Zachary Courtney was last week, you could win yourself a free game. Why not? Just have a go. It's a bit of fun.
Prove you're not a scrub.
That's it. Stretch your legs, show off, go, hey, I know things. And we'll mention whether you won or not on the podcast. So your name gets out there that you worked it out. You got it. You're the man. You know your video games. You are a legend.
I've never actually played that.
You haven't played the game?
No.
Okay.
I was going to, yeah, we'll talk about that after the show because there could be heaps of bleeping.
Beep, 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 beep. All right, so that's What's That Sound, Red. Let's go into Remember When.
Okay.
All right, Red, what do you got for us this week?
Fuck off, it's your turn.
I know, I was going to say...
BAM! That's what I fucking got for you this week, because apparently you missed out last week. Bam! There's another one for fuck you.
All right, Red.
Yes.
Stand by. Lubricate your ear holes. Remember when we had all these really, really stupid controllers and accessories that came out for video games?
Yes, but you know what I thought you were going to say.
No, what did you think I was going to say?
Following on from your joke earlier, remember when we had all these shit admins at Aussie Games? I figure it's okay to call everyone else shit if I chuck myself in the same boat.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose. Actually, I was looking back at some old episodes, and it was we're up to 176 right now.
Mm-hmm.
You joined episode 30.
Yeah, I'm coming up 150.
That's it, man. You've been around for a while.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first episode you were on? I got you to read that thing out.
Oh, yeah, and then you fucking did a pledge, and then you edited it.
Yeah.
I'm a massive toenail. That likes cock.
Oh, that was funny. Good days. Good times. Good times.
Yeah, sorry to hijack your fucking thing, but yeah, remember when we had all this you know, oh, fuck, I'm going to cop it again here.
Go and check it out. It's on iTunes and all that. Episode 30. That's when Red joined us. All right. Remember when? This is really bad controllers I got. Well, you remember this one. I doubt you had one because it was a little bit before our time. We were probably only tiny little fucking tackers playing video games. The Nintendo Power Glove.
Oh, I never had one, but it's iconic.
It is very iconic, but it's very well known from people that did use it that it was a piece of garbage.
It was crap.
It was fucking terrible. The only reason why people bought it is because it fucking looked space age sick.
It was fucking well beyond its time.
Yeah, it was supposed to have...
The concept was fucking mad as well. That's why Nintendo threw money behind it.
Yeah, but motion controls back in like the 80s or whatever, but yeah, was no good, or early 90s, whatever it was. But it was shit can. They even made a movie that sort of starred it. Do you remember The Wizard?
Yes.
Yeah, with Fred Savage and... Yeah. And there was the Wizard was this kid. I think he had maybe autism or something like that, but he was a fucking boss at all Nintendo NES games, and he played in competitions or what have you. And there was a part where they made him, or they wanted him to use the Power Glove, but it wasn't his thing. He played with the controller, so he was absolutely rubbish with that. So it's an old movie. Don't go watch it. Next one I've got. Do you remember the Game Boy Booster?
Game Boy Booster. Refresh. Keep going.
It was a fucking exosuit for your Game Boy. Basically.
Ah, yeah. Oh, the Game Boy. Why did I go Sega? Yeah, had like the magnifying glass and the lights in it. Yeah.
It made it look like a massive mech. It was like a mech suit for your Game Boy thing. I mean, it's good in idea, but taking something that was already a little bit chunky for a portable gaming device and making it fucking 3 times the size, it was really ridiculous. But that existed. I saw people that had that. I never had it myself. I had the magnifying glass that clipped onto the screen that made it bigger.
Yeah, the torch and the camera.
And the light on it and all that sort of stuff. I had that.
Yeah.
What else did I have? I had the game.
Tell me you had the camera.
Oh, I had the camera. That's in the list. That's coming.
Oh, my bad.
A whole bunch of accessories there that were kind of a little pointless. Do you remember the Aura Interactor?
Maybe.
I know Paul Clennett probably does, and
why was it developed in the 60s?
Rusky Big Musky. It was basically.
Oh yes.
You remember it? Are you googling it? Yeah, basically a rumble pack for your back. So it's like a backpack, and you could feel the kicks and punches all for $199.99. You know, the shit thing about it, something I didn't realize until I did this research, is that it did rumbles and vibrations based on sounds. So it picked up sounds from your TV and vibrated to them.
That'd be fucking sick to bring back for the new Guitar Hero games.
Well, it basically would vibrate all the time because it wouldn't distinguish between gunshots and explosions. It would just be vibrating. I would argue that the mum would have pinched it while you were at school and just went...
Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm going to have to dust one off now and test the theory. That again, sick idea.
Hey, Mum, was that Metallica I heard you listening to from down the street?
No, it was fucking Lamb of God.
Anything with a double kick. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that was the Aura Interactor. Crazy. What about, this is one I hadn't heard of, the Activator.
I need pictures.
Yeah, Google that. But what it was like a...
Oh, I got syringes.
Octagon, I don't even know how many. It was like a 50-cent piece. It wasn't circular, but it was a ring thing that you put down on the ground, and it would track your movements before the time of Kinect and PlayStation.
Yep.
Move controllers and the Wiimotes and stuff. This is like a weird thing that you put, like a circular thing that you put down on the ground, stand in the center, and throw punches and kicks, and you could play games like Street Fighter and stuff like that. Once again, just like the Power Glove, it was shit. It didn't work properly. Failed miserably because it was a piece of shit. But anyway,
probably gave life to DDR though.
Well, but how do they go to market with things like this? Surely they don't work in testing as well.
Video games weren't much chop back then, though. It only had to kind of work to be a cool idea.
Yeah, I suppose you're probably right, but it still failed. But that was the Activator. Yeah. Piece of rubbish. The next one I've got on the list is the Steel Battalion Mech Controller. Do you remember that?
I need pictures.
Have a look. It's basically a super expensive 3-paneled controller with a zillion buttons on it that's compatible with like 2 games.
Oh, okay. No, I never had any experience with one of those, but that's fucking sick. Yeah, I would have used that on like Microsoft Flight Simulator 98 and Descent.
Yeah,
and shit.
It's stuff like that, but I don't. It was only compatible with certain games, you know. So it was.
Well, that was the thing back then. They all were. There were specific controls and third-party peripherals for certain genres or just games. You were 100% right.
Yeah.
Because this Steel Battalion here, this looks like a mech warrior / tank thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So it would have been great for that game.
Pedals.
Yeah, it would have been fantastic for the game that you played it with. So if you loved that game and that was all you played, it would have been a good investment. Fantastic way to play rather than just having a keyboard.
Oh,
but yeah,
fuck yeah.
That's all it was good for. There you go. The next one I've got here, Red, you probably remember this. I hope to hell you never got it. I can't imagine that you would have. Tony Hawk Ride Skateboard.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what they are. And gay!
It was a skateboard that had no wheels and had sensors all over it to sense your foot. You had to pretend that you were pushing the skateboard to move forward in the game, and then you would lean forward, lean back, and all that sort of stuff. Fucking just use a controller.
Yeah, because the controls that they wanted you to use, like I've used one, not for long because I'm fat, but it kind of didn't resonate. It didn't reflect actually being on a skateboard.
No, the feeling wouldn't be there, and also adding to input lag, there's the ability, like you can use like real quick motions with your fingers pressing buttons, but if you're using your entire body, there's only so quick you can do stuff, and it was massive flop. Shit game, shit controller. What a massive fail. What about this one, Red? The PlayStation Mouse.
I know.
You know about that one? No?
No.
The biggest downfall is that the mouse that they made, the Sony PlayStation Mouse, the biggest downfall was that it was for a PlayStation, not a PC. It was stupid. It plugged into the PlayStation.
PS1?
PS1, yeah, PS1. It was a mouse that plugged in. You could play a couple of games with it. It wasn't supported. It was shitty quality. Didn't work real good. It was the ball, the old ball style.
Yeah.
Back in the days, it wasn't very good. Wasn't supported. Nobody cared. If you wanted to use a mouse, you used a PC.
Yeah, stay in the past, you bastard.
Yeah, that's it. Next one I've got, Red, is the Game Boy camera.
Oh, my bad.
Did you have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one too. I've got a note here that basically says pubescent boys used it for one thing and one thing only.
Selfies?
Yeah, selfies. Absolutely, selfies.
Underskirt shots.
Did you have the printer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. I thought it was sick. Wait a minute. Just let me take a selfie. About 8 minutes later, hang on, still doing it.
It was terrible. The quality was rubbish, but it was super fun, though. I did have a lot of fun with it.
Well, once again, the concept was tried and tested, and it worked. It paved the way for a lot of shit today, I would imagine.
I've still got it.
Yeah, I know. I seen it when I was there last. When you pulled down your box and said, "Look at my cool stuff." You almost lost half that box too, by the way. But yes,
the reason you didn't take it's because you would have had to pay extra baggage on the way out.
No, that probably wouldn't have been a problem. I don't mind. I don't mind having you around as a mate. We'll put that as number one on the list.
Yeah, fair enough. But that was good. But it was a little bit of a weird thing. Weird thing. You could take a picture of your own head and put it on a little character and play little games.
Yep.
Crazy stuff. And I took pictures of my dick. The NegCon. Next one up, the NegCon. Do you remember that?
NegCon?
NegCon. NEGCON. It was a controller.
Yes.
With a twist.
Yeah, that was.
See what I did there?
Wipeout?
No, it would have been for Ridge Racer, I think.
Ridge Racer, yeah.
Basically, you used it for racing games because it twisted in the middle. It was made in two pieces. You twisted it rather than using the thumbsticks to steer your car. It was supposed to give you that analog feel before analog thumbsticks came about. However, apparently due to its, I never had one, but due to its poor build quality, after using it for a while, it would grind away and become really horrible to use. Kind of like, thumbsticks usually do grind down and feel a bit grindy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing was that multiplied by 10 because it was huge. So the NegCon was a bit of a failed racing controller before the big steering wheels and thumbsticks came out. There you go. Next one I've got, Red, is the Guitar Hero Grip.
Grip?
It's like a handheld... you hold it in the palm of your hand and it's got the coloured buttons from the Guitar Hero guitar. It's for Guitar Hero on the go. So basically you use that for playing Guitar Hero on your 3DS. And it's like a small handheld grip device with buttons on it, which removes the main part of the game, the fucking guitar.
Yes.
It's just Hero.
Yeah.
Button Hero.
Except the fact they give you a plectrum style stylus.
Yeah, which I think it must be like air guitar because there's nothing to pick. It's just a handheld thing.
Mm.
Weird. I don't know. Weird. Stupid. Weird. Thought it was dumb. Last one I've got here is the Atari Stick Station. Now, this one has got to be the number one most fucking ridiculous edition. It probably works and does its job and is good. But the fact that they sold it in stores, I don't know how much it was, but it's ridiculous. You know what the Atari Stick Station was?
Yeah, a glorified cribbage board.
It was a fucking block of wood, mate. It was a chopping board with a piece cut out of it so you just slot the controller into, and that was it. It was basically,
no hand cramps.
It was a sturdy surface to game on. Yay!
I'd say you didn't have to hold it underneath, I reckon.
Yeah.
I would have drilled holes in it and made it a cribbage board.
Well, yeah, just fucking glue the fucker to something. I don't know, but there you go. That's sold, and there've been many iterations for different ones. Like there was one for the NES as well that you could get called the Speed Board, I believe it was. It's basically so you could pop it in there and just tap away at the buttons rather than pressing them with your thumb. But there you go. That's the last one I had, Red. That's it for what's that? Remember when? What's that? Remember when? Dickhead. Anyway, Did you like that? Did you like that?
Yes, I did. Peripherals. What do they call them?
Peripherals.
I'm Tasmanian.
Attachments, bits and pieces, gear
Doodads.
controllers, doodads, thingy-mabobs, you name it. That's what we went through there. Cool. That was fun. A little bit of knowledge for you too, for the oldies that might have taken a bit away from that. And for the newies that don't know anything about them, listen to what I've said, Google them and have a look. It's interesting shit there. All right, Red, last words. What do you got?
Here's a little conversation piece really quick, or an opinion piece really quickly. I have this week, after 18 months of monitoring and limited exposure with only my friends, I have given access, unadulterated, out of trust, access to PSN to my 11-year-old son. Do you think that is the wrong thing to do, or do you think moving with the times that it's probably best while he's still quite young that I can teach him, because I've got some co-op games and stuff like that that I'm going to play with him over the school holidays to try and teach him.
What are you asking? Is it wrong for you to give him access or wrong to give him free access?
He's got he always had a PSN, as you know. You probably friended him, but he was never able to spend money. He was never able to play online, never had PSN. He just had internet access, basically, so he could join a chat party or he could update his games. Now he has actually got my login details, so he's got all my PS Plus games and all my digital titles and everything like that, and I'm allowing him to dabble in multiplayer games as long as it's with me or someone trusted.
Oh, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. No, absolutely not. It gives him a sense of responsibility. Thing. I mean, he's 11, he's still young, but he's growing. The boy's going to be, he's going to need to know, there's more than one way to skin a cat, so they say. And there's more than one way to teach a child responsibilities. And this, I think, this is one way. You give him the responsibility of having your logins. And if he abuses that and does something wrong, he loses it. And that's how responsibility comes into play. You think, okay, that's something I really want. I blew it. I'm going to make sure I make different decisions next time. So I think it's a great idea. Yeah,
cool. I may have given him his PSN name too. he's my protege Slayer.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, look, I think it's a good way of doing things. And I know your boy. He's no idiot. He's no silly 11-year-old. I think he knows.
He's not your typical 12-ing. Yeah.
No. He gets into his games like his old man, but I think he's got enough respect for his old man that I think he'll look after it.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah. So that was a big development in my gaming life. I'm now beginning to pass it on.
Yeah, I've got a daughter, so gaming's with my offspring's just non-existent. She's terrible. She has very little interest in the video games, and when she does have interest, she loses it real quick after we start playing because she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
She doesn't put the time into it. She's not interested. It's not that she's a girl and doesn't know what she's doing. It's not interesting to her, so she doesn't put the effort in, so she doesn't get good. So she's just like her old man, except I'm interested. Just that I'm interested.
Smash yourself again.
Yeah. But I like playing with her, though, because I can fucking beat her.
Oh. Jesus Christ. I can't play with Xavier. There's certain games I will not play Dragon Ball with him. I will not play any iteration of WWE 2K, any of them. No, fuck that. He plays on the hardest mode with no prompts. I need to know what I'm doing. He goes, get good, you fucking scrub. Oh, that'd be the phone. But yeah, that's it. It's a big step for me. I'm trusting my boy, but I'm also starting to pass on my legacy.
For my last words, Red, you may not have, people listening wouldn't be aware, Red, you're aware, there was a bit of a knock at the door during the podcast. Went to the door, checked it out, there's a box. Delivery. Now, I don't know exactly what is inside it because I haven't opened it yet, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that it's a set of Astro A10s.
Oh, they're doing the rounds at the moment, aren't they?
So, if that is what it is, We'll tell you more about it next week. But by the time you're listening to this, there's very likely, if it is what it is, that there's going to be an unboxing and review available.
Oh, I've got another last words now you've brought that up.
Okay, go on.
We're Aussie gamers, right? And
We
we're
are.
proud of it. And you're that proud that you bring me on, the biggest bogan that most of us know.
Right.
There was a review for Astro A10s, and it was shared by a page that I like or follow on the book, and it said Astro A10 $60. I went, get fucked. So I went and watched this YouTube video, and it's of this Australian lady, and I'm not going to give her name to give her any more fucking credibility. And it's $60 American, and there's comments in the section. Why have you got the American price when you're Australian and you're being advertised by an Australian website? Oh, because at least 75% of my fan base is American. So I just went, no excuse, you're a fucking sellout.
Yeah, but wouldn't you just say, okay, so these things are $60 US or locally
Or put
they are
a
$99?
put a U in front of the dollar sign, or $60. So not only was it baity, it was disrespectful to its origins, and she can go and get fucked.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that sucks. But yeah, they're $100. They're
$100, yes.
$100 Australian for, but if you see them anywhere for $60, it's probably a US price. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
But, good. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. That's interesting. That's it. That's all I've got, Red. Anything else?
No, that's me, done and dusted.
All right. Well, that'll be the end of the show. Thank you very much to everybody for listening, all of our regulars and all of our people that have come on board recently. We've had heaps of new likes to the Facebook page recently as well. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. Thanks for checking out the podcast. Until next time, see you later.
Ouch.
Oh, I didn't even finish that right.
I have, still will be, and will forever remain Luke 1.
And BAM!
BAM! You fucking do it, just piss poor as we see! You got to give yourself like throat cancer when you do it. Ready? BAM!
All right, I'll try. I'll back up a bit so we don't redline. I'll back up.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
BAM!
That's fucking sick! That's better! Now you have a control. That's where you have to be at.
Right.
That fucking doesn't drill ya.
All right, well, let's finish the show. I've got to go have a fucking Nurofen Plus. I've got a headache. Oh, lots of love, Red. See you next time.
You too, Cock. Thank you.
That's it. We are finished for another week. We are packing up our bat and ball and we're going home. If you're keen for more content before the next show, then head over to the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page and give us a like. And check out our website at www.aussiegamersexpress.com. We are also on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and every other social network that you can think of. Except that weird one that no one uses. You know the one. This podcast is also available on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. See you all next time on the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast.